Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. That was Dr. Floyd Millen, one of the greatest saxophonists anywhere in the United Kingdom, probably in the world as well. A great friend of mine, and I am so excited actually to be able to play his song tonight. Great, great man of God, and he's actually involved in politics as well. But anyway, good evening. This is Pastor Errol Williams here from the Church of God of Prophecy in Wembley, London North. Once again, so excited to have the opportunity to be here with you tonight as we look at something really creative tonight. We're going to look at mastering Canva. How do you master Canva? I can't really share everything about Canva with you in just an hour and a half because it is just an amazing software, okay? But I'm excited to have the opportunity to be here. Still Bible studies in a way, and we're still chapter and verse and all of that stuff. And we give God thanks for the opportunity to have technology that we can actually use today to advance the gospel, as well as many other things as well. So I look forward to sharing with you. Don't forget, if you have any questions or any comment, do put them in the chat room. And I'll be delighted to actually respond to any points that you may raise. You can ask me any question you want, even if it's biblical related. I always have time for the scriptures anyway. So any questions that you want to ask me, please do feel free and go ahead, and I'll be excited to respond, as I said. Now, don't forget, if you want to communicate with me, do so in the chat room and my number 07956872141. So tonight is Canva night, and I want to say thanks to everyone who is gathering in all of the chat rooms around the social media area. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Really do appreciate you being here. I noticed, Anne-Marie, you're on Facebook now. You're not in Zoom, so wherever you watch from, that's perfectly fine. Well, let us pray then, and let's get going. Father, thank you so much for the privilege and opportunity to have access to your throne and be alive, and just to be saved, born again, and to be in your kingdom. It's just such an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for indeed Canva, and they've indeed started small but grown into one of the biggest companies in the world. And we honor you and thank you for that team who's put that together. Thank you for us here tonight. Be with us, give us greater understanding. And I pray that your will be done. And through it all, you will be glorified. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thanks again, George Francis. Thank you for joining us. Pastor Thomas Tullock. Great to have you with us, sir. Sharifa, how are you doing? Hope all is well. And your beautiful, awesome, gorgeous family. Blessings to you. And to Deacon Stanley Golden and Deaconess Shirley Golden, thank you for joining with us, and everyone else who is here. I want to say welcome, Princess All. Love you guys lots, and you guys are amazing. Love you guys. Brother Clive Williams, my namesake, thank you so much for joining us, and everybody else who's here. Appreciate your presence tonight. Well, let's get going then. And we don't have any time to waste tonight because I got so much to cover. So I wanted to indeed again start with this flyer that I sent out, and really it's our creating Christ-centered content, and this is what Wednesday night's about. And I decided that I would share, certain things with you whenever I find something good. It's worth talking about, worth shouting about, and things like that. So tonight it's Canva night, Wednesday the 28th of January. I look forward to sharing that with you. So what I wanted to start with really is a few slides before I go over to Canva. And you may want to make a note of some of these points because they are really, really essential points, really. Why am I doing this? As I said before, it's about creating Christ-centered content. And I kind of believe that, we should share what we know, share the knowledge, what we have, because, technology is not from Satan. I want to say that loud and clear. technology is not from Satan. It's from God. And God is revealing to us all of what's possible. You got to remember that God is an infinite God. He's infinite. And he has given us an infinite amount of resources on planet Earth. Infinite. In fact, if we lived on the earth for another billion years, we will never get bored because we will be discovering new things as we go along. And every good and every perfect gift come from God. This is not Satan's technology. Technology is not satanic. AI is not satanic. It's from God. It's God revealing to us what is possible. What Satan does is that he takes what God reveals to us to use it for his own evil. That's what happens, basically. That's what Satan does. That's all he can do, by the way. He can't create anything. He can't bring anything into existence from nothing. He can't do that. He doesn't have that ability. Only God can create something out of nothing. You know, God spoke and it just happens, type of thing. Satan can't do that. Okay? So really, I'm trying to empower churches, businesses, personal individuals with essential tools for productivity, collaboration, and growth. And that's what the Canva system does. It empowers churches, businesses, individuals with essential tools for productivity, collaboration, and growth. Collaboration, really talking about, you know, working together, as it were. Now, just to again welcome Pastor Delaney Brown, Chris 38, welcome in the house, and everyone who is here. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Second thing I want to share is that Canva was founded in 2013 in Australia. So it's only around 13 years ago. And I want you to see how big the company is. It was founded by Melanie Perkins, who is the CEO today, and Cliff Oberchet and Cameron Adams. So three individuals in Australia started this initiative. Now, today, it's over 220 million users that uses Canva. Some say 250 million, some say 260, but it's well over 220. And that was at the 2025 census, by the way. And this is remarkable, you know, that over 220 million. That is larger than the population of the United Kingdom, by the way. And I mean, that is huge amount of people. Over 190 countries in more than 100 languages using Canva. That is huge. I'm told that the company today is worth over 40 billion pounds. That's just to show you the size of this company and the depth and the power of it. Who uses it? Individuals like me and you, teams, different teams around the world, educators, and businesses of all sizes are using this particular tool. So it's a browser-based tool. And you can download it onto your computer, but it still needs to be synced to your browser or to the online platforms. I mean, this is huge, okay, in terms of its size. Now, Canva's mission, I think, is really powerful. And I just wanted you to see that actually it really is powerful to empower everyone to design anything and publish it anywhere. I mean, that is amazing mission, to empower everyone to design anything and publish it anywhere you like. So you can publish it online, or you can do so offline. Really makes no difference. Canva will be able to cover that. Okay. All right. Let's look at now what can Canva do, because I think once you see what it can do, then you can look at the possibilities of how you can actually engage with it. And I engage with it on most of the things that I'm about to share with you that I have discovered. So you can design social media graphics. So for example, If you're into social media like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and things like that, and many other social media platforms, you can design things and then schedule it. Listen to this carefully. You can then schedule it to actually go out when you want it to actually be published, and it will just happen for you automatically. You can also create presentations just like you do in terms of PowerPoint. So you can actually use Canva to create your presentation, and you don't even need PowerPoint. You can actually display it from within Canva to your audience if you want. That is really amazing. You can design posters and flyers. This is one of my main use case, by the way, is that I'm able to design posters and flyers, and I'm constantly designing them because it's just so easy to do. Actually, you can craft invitations and cards. So if you've got a wedding, a birthday party, you've got some particular event going on in the local church, you can actually craft these, invitations and cards that go out to people. Either, you can actually send it out, through the electronically, or you can print them actually through Canva as well, and then distribute it that way. You can actually design logos as well. This is one of the beautiful things I've used it for in the past, to design logos and also do your branding. So if you're a small business or large business and you've got certain fonts that you use, you've got a logo that you use, and you've got certain colors that you use, you can actually make sure that every time you do a design, it stays with your branding and you keep it that way. You can also develop infographics. So what you can do basically is, if you've got complex reports that you want to actually convert into charts and graphs and things like that, Canva can do that for you. You just type in the numbers and it will just display, your info in a graphical way. Does that make sense? It's infographic means that we present your information in a graphical way so that people can grasp. You can create resumes and CVs as well within Canva. That is really beautiful. Design business cards within Canva, so you can see, you get the templates, and you actually get designs that you can actually just, just put in your own details and off you go typing. You can create website graphics as well. That is really amazing. And in fact, Canva has its own website facility that you can actually create something, display it to your clients or display it to others that you want. A lot of people use it to design book covers and ebook covers. So you can actually use it to actually do your book design. So for example, if you want the book to be sitting on a table looking like a book actually, or standing, or whichever way you like, you can actually do that within Canva. Creating marketing materials. Maybe you got something you want to market, you can do that in there. In fact, one of my grandchildren create things within Canva that she does party stuff. So it's party stuff, and she create that within Canva, and it is amazing. Menus and recipe cards that you can do as well within Canva. Developing mood boards and collages, you can do that as well. Creating custom illustrations that you may use within your church or within your business. Let me remove myself from here so you don't have to look at me. You can design YouTube thumbnails and channel arts if you're involved in YouTube, and if you've got a YouTube channel. Let me just come back here for a moment to say this. A lot of people don't realize this. The moment you open a Gmail email account, you have a YouTube channel. It's automatic because YouTube owns the Gmail setup. Okay, so the moment you set up a Gmail account, you actually have a YouTube channel. So you can find out more about that, and so you can figure that one out. Okay, you can collaborate with team members, and I do that quite a lot. So for example, we design certain things for our local church, flyers and stuff, and my PR director, she would go in and make changes and download it, and she is able to download it in PowerPoint. You can access a library of templates. They've got millions of different templates pictures, videos that you can use. You can use Canva's stock photo library. It is huge. I mean, huge. Customizing fonts and colors, easily done. And you can download designs in different designs. So, for example, you can download maybe JPEG or PNG. You can download MP4 like videos. You can one of my favorite actually, because I download a GIF so I can use it within my email signature. So at the bottom of my email, I have a GIF that runs. If you ever get an email from me, you will see a GIF, and I created that in Canva. Output it in GIF. You can download it as well in PowerPoint. That's so useful for us because you can download it in PowerPoint, take it into PowerPoint, and still continue, working within PowerPoint. So that is a feature that I really, really, really love. And finally, integrating with other platforms. There's so many other ways and other companies that, integrate with Canva. So you can actually use a lot of their facilities and go on. That, brothers and sisters, is not all that it does, but that is mind-boggling. Now you can see why over 220 million people use it all over the world. It's just that phenomenal, actually. And finally, what I would say before I go on the internet is that it's easy to use. It's easier to use than something like Photoshop. Photoshop is still useful, and I use Photoshop for more technical things, but it really is technical. But Canva is very easy. That's one of the reasons I think why most people use it, because it's easy to use, and you'll see in a moment. It's got a wide range of templates, so you don't have to design from scratch. If you know what you're doing, definitely, you can design from scratch. But most people will choose a template, and they will just manipulate that. You can, as I mentioned, it's got collaborative features. You can actually work with others. So you can work on the same design with other people. It could be that you're working on infographic, you can be working on a video, you can be working on a flyer, and you can actually work together. I mean, that is cool. And I mentioned before, extensive design element, cross-platform availability. So you can be on Windows, or you can actually be on the Mac, and you can still use this facility. I have software that you can only use on a PC, for example. My favorite software actually can only be used on a PC. So I won't be able to convert to Mac, because that particular software only works on PC, doesn't work on Mac. Or else probably I might have switched to Mac. I mean, I do have a Mac here, but I don't use it as much as I do the PC. Animation and video editing. I mean, the video editing is absolutely fantastic. It's not, the greatest in the world. What I mean by that is there are other video editing software which is more technical than this, but this is good enough. And I have found it to be easy. You get a print service as well within Canva. So if you want to print things, you make a poster, flyer of any size, Canva can offer that printing service. I mentioned about brand management, so you can, as a company or as a church, as an organization, keep everything branded to you. Educational resources. And finally, Canva is free to churches. One of the interesting things actually is that Canva has a free account and it has a paid account. Okay, free account and paid account. You can do a lot of things with the free account. You don't need the pay account. If you get there are certain features you can't use, obviously, in the free account that you have access to in the paid account. But you can do a lot of things free. And I use it at first for free when I first started. All right, let's get over to Canva. Let's have a look at Canva. Now, let me say this as I've just switched over to Canva. Now, how do you master Canva? I'm going to share with you two things, how you do that. This is how I mastered it. is that I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. That's what you gotta have to do, because I can't show you everything in an hour. I just can't. It's just too much, as you can see. So the first thing I would say is you need to watch the videos on YouTube. Just type in Canva for beginners, and you'll be amazed at what people have taken their precious time to design for you and me. Let me say this. No one sat me down and taught me Canva. I learned everything I know about Canva from YouTube videos. Okay. The second way to master Canva, I don't know why my nose is scratching me. The second way to master Canva is to practice it, use it. Watch the videos and use it. The more videos you watch, the better position you put yourself in. And the more you play around with it, the greater you will become. Okay. Now, when you come into Canva, I'm assuming that you know how to sign up to Canva. Let's go to canva.com. If you don't have an account, sign up for a free account and start there. When you come into Canva, basically, there are three things that you need to look out for at the top. Your designs, where you can see all my designs here. I mean, I've been in this for years, and you can see the amount of things. So, for example, when I created the main things, I mean, it's just so easy to do, but actually, because you are using templates, if you don't want to use anything else. But you can click on this and you will see your designs, okay? And underneath here, you've got certain categories, design, brand templates that you may have, folders and videos that you have done, and you can find them, in this particular way. You can do so by category and by the owner. I'm in a team with John Lang and a few other people, and so on. So that's to do with your design, but this is the template section of Canva. And in this section, you can see underneath, you might be focusing on a presentation that you're looking to do. Is it a poster? Is it a resume or a CV that you're doing? Are you doing email? Then they now you can create your email in here, and it's just amazing how it works. It's just amazing. You can go here to create your logo. So go back again. The first tab is your design, or what you've created. This is where you can find them here, okay? Or you can go to the template tab, which is where you can start. And you've got brochures. You can do Instagram posts. You can do Instagram stories. You can do video, if it's a video that you're planning to use it for. If you want to invite someone to something, here it is. You can do a mobile video, Facebook post, business card. If we click on that button, we've got a few more things that we can do. Maybe you got some menu that you're designing for your business or whatever. Maybe you want to do a photo collage, okay? Maybe you have a document that you want to produce. Maybe it's a whiteboard that you want to create something on, or a website or a sheet. So you've got so many choices of different templates. So if I go back, let's say I wanted to do a presentation, just for argument's sake. So I'll start with the first one. Then I would click on that. So you've got the your design template, and then you've got what we call Canva AI. And it could be that this is where, AI is everywhere now. Okay. So there are people who probably dubious about it. Put it in the chat room if you are, let me know. And let me know if you are, why you are so afraid or concerned. Let's say concerned, not afraid, but maybe concerned. But you can describe your idea, let me see now. 21 birthday party. Maybe it's that, or I don't know, birthday party. And you've described your idea, and what it will do basically, it will look for different designs that are available, and it will also probably create something for you. And it's asking you certain things, just for example, just to make sure that it gives you what you want. Theme ideas, golden, calm, and I would just say you decide. So I just saying at the time to go through all of that, but you can actually go through and okay, I'm trying to get it to do it for me rather than me answering all the questions that it wants. So basically, what it's doing basically is looking to okay, theme, a luxurious gold and white, motor shine bright. Okay, I'll just say yes. I generally don't use this because I'll create detailed plan for the 21st birthday party with a golden theme covering everything from venue to the party and so on. Okay, let's put yes to see what it tells me next. Okay, it's thinking. Okay. Okay. Now, it's interesting because what it's done here, if you see, it's giving me a theme that it's giving me venue, rooftop lounge on a decorative background with fair lights, dress code, so on deco gold 21. And I'm going to click on here where it says use Canva editor and see what it does for me. Okay. What it's just done is given me the opportunity to use it on my desktop version, which is not what I want. So I'm going to use it on the browser version. So I'm going to see what it brings up through AI, which is here. And I could, manipulate that and do what I need to this. Okay, I'm going to leave this, and I may come back to this part. But what I wanted to start with actually was to go back to the home page where we were before. And I wanted to start with presentation. So let me just close that for a moment. So as I mentioned before, you got your design, your template, which is what I'm going to start with. And then you got your AI, and you could play around with that, but I'm not going to stick with that at the moment. But let me go to presentation. And let's say you wanted to create a flyer, maybe you wanted to do a presentation. And I want you to notice it's given me, as I put my mouse over it, it's given me an idea of what I could possibly do in this presentation. And it could be a presentation that I'm doing that I may use as a PowerPoint presentation. And I could search inside here. So I could say 21 birthday party. And let's see. Let's do party invitation, see what it comes up with. Right. So what this has done, it's I could choose anyone I want. Welcome to the party. Let me see one that I like. Okay, I like this one. I like that one. I think that one's cool. Now, what I'm able to do, depending on the size that I want, I normally work with 1920 by 1080, but I will just look at the customizing the size. I didn't get a chance to press that button quick, so I don't want to work on my desktop. I want to work inside the browser. Right. So what Canva has done is given me all the different template. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. What is given me here as a presentation that I can use, and this is not just for a party, but you can do this for anything whatsoever. But this is for a party, and I could change anything I want. So I could change the actual. Maybe it wasn't a party I want, for example, but I can actually make changes. But in this case, it's a party, birthday party. And I could put birthday girl. So all I have to do basically is make the changes that I want. I just want to give you the gist of how this thing works. And anything that you don't want, you can delete from the birthday party presentation template. I mean, maybe I don't want that. Or maybe I'm thinking of birthday party girl, Susan James. And I just wanted to see how easy it is to use and how flexible it is. And all you have to do basically is just to change it the way you want. And if it's only one particular slide you want, you can delete all the rest, or you can continue. And the great thing about, say, this photograph as an example, you can actually go to your, I'm just going to go to, I'm going to my computer and I'm going to see if I can find something on my computer. I'm going to go to my personal file. Let me see this one here. I'm going to take a picture of myself, I think. Let me see. Photo. I'm trying to see my photo file. Just I don't want to. Okay, personal images. Right, let's say I wanted to use this photo here. I'm going to use this one here. I think that one would be good to use if it comes in. Let me see if it does come in. I think that's a PSD file, so that may not come in. So let me use this one here. Right. Now, I want to show you something, actually. I want to show you one of the reasons that really sold me into using Canva. I want to show you something that is amazing. So let me just give a background to this picture. I'm going to just put a background. Let's put, say, this background behind it. Now, you can see this picture here. And what really sold me on Canva when I first started, it was a particular feature that made my life so much easier. And it was this button up here called, I don't know if you can see it, it's called BG Background Remover. It's a background remover. And I want you to notice something. I used to do my background remover within, say, something like Photoshop, but it would take me forever and a day. I bring the photo into Canva, click on it, and click on this button. You can count the seconds, 2, 3, 4, and look at that. The whole background is gone. And if I bring that even closer for you, you can see how clean that cutout has made the background. The whole background is gone in 5 seconds. I mean, that to me was a game changer for me. So I could then put any background behind that and it will just look fantastic. I mean, all of what was behind it is just gone. And that to me was a game changer. So just one click on the picture and background remover. And that to me was the game changer. Now, if I go back to here, the design, and I may not want this lady's picture, but I may want mine picture there. All I'm doing basically is dragging my picture into that space. And I can, if I want, remove the background, or I can leave the background in. So I'm just trying to show you how easy it is that you can choose a template, and all you need to do is just to go through each slide. If you want to go through each slide, maybe it's just one slide you want to go through. Maybe you want to change these particular objects here. Maybe you want to change this balloon and put it somewhere else. But all you need to do basically is just choose a template that you like and just manipulate it. And as I mentioned before, when you come over to here, you're keeping if you notice with this particular one, I like it, is the black and gold. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, just the way that is. And all you got to do is put in your own text or take out your text, welcome message. And this is Errol A. Williams. How simple is that? And just wanted to just drag that out. And we're doing Susie, isn't it? Susie. Let's stick with Susan James. You know, and she says here, please come to my birthday party. Well, we should have left Susan James' picture there, isn't it? And it's as simple as just changing it the way you want. I hope that makes sense. So again, I'm going back to the home page, which is here, and continue to browser. And all you have to do basically is just choose what it is that you want to do. So you're in the template design section, and all you have to do basically is choose the one that you want to do. Let's say I wanted to do a flyer. That's all I wanted to do. It's a flyer. I want to do it. It's going to do one more. It depends on the size of the flyer that you want. Maybe you want to do this for your phone to send out and all your pages. We can look for maybe something church ceremony. Let's see if it's got anything church ceremony related. Well, maybe let's say I'm going to use, well, this one is a church 75th anniversary celebration. So you can look and see who designed this, but we're just going to go on to look at that, and then I'm going to come back to something else that I think would be of great interest to you. So we're looking now at choosing a flyer that we can possibly use. Now, this is a flyer. Now, the beautiful thing about this is, now you might want to work in that particular size. So what Canva does, it allows you to resize that if you choose. So you can decide on the size that you want, and you can actually have your own custom size. So you can choose what's here. So normally, for example, with our local church, if we were going to present this at our local church in Wembley, I would use the 1024 by 678. So I can copy that and leave this as it is and resize it, or just resize this particular image. So I'm going to do that as if we were doing it on our church's projector. So what you can see basically now, all I have to do is just to change the design how I want. So maybe I like that bottom bit here, so I'm going to bring it back to the shape it was, just drag it down. And maybe I can do the same. And all I have to do is just make the changes that I want. If I want this somewhere else, I can put it somewhere else, but I'll leave that there because I may want to just make it smaller. It's as easy as dragging it as it is. I can take this design and stretch it out a bit, and maybe go like that, and then bring it right back at the top so that it's just showing what I want. So it's really up to you. Change your church's name. Maybe it's our church's called Wembley, and we just want to make sure that that fits nicely in there. We can actually resize it. Just bring the size down a bit and put it right in there, and that looks kind of cool, isn't it? 75th guest speaker. Our guest speaker is going to be Brother Clive Williams. So Clive, you're going to be our anyway, I spelled it like that. Maybe I could go up here and do the uppercase or so on. So it's not giving me that. So that's the Brother Okay, so it's not giving me. Okay, it's all uppercase on this one. So our guest speaker is going to be Brother Clive. What did I say? Williams, isn't it? So, Brother Clive, let me give you your full name, Williams. Well, I wanted to check something actually. I'm thinking it. Yeah, it can have the lowercase CLIVE and Williams. And really, this is just really showing us how easy it is for us to actually manipulate the design that we want. And if you want to, you can group these together and move them together. It's just really fantastic. Maybe you don't like that thing underneath. We will take that out. Maybe you want that star to be here instead. Maybe you want this particular little design to be maybe around here. And let's look at that, see how it looks. And we can look at that on a bigger screen. I mean, how long did that take me? And that will then show beautifully on our 1024 by 768 screen in our local church. It will just show the whole thing beautifully. And you can have, as I said before, you can have other people that's working on this with you. Okay. And there's so much more you can do. All right. Now I'm going to go back out to I'm going to go back to the home page again. As I'm saying here, you have the opportunity to see your own design, and then you have the opportunity to use the template, and you also have the opportunity to use the Canva AI that can help you to work out what it is that you're doing. As you can see from my design, you can see that it's now keeping the things which I have done right here, and you can actually begin to work in them, go back to them, and do what you need to do. So, for example, on the Bible studies that I do, I come here, and this is a leaflet that I've done, and basically all it is that I got this particular. If I replace the back, remove the back, detach the background, you can see all I did was get this background, just this background, right click on it and say replace background, and that's my background. Added a few texts with my name on it, and that's it. And when you go into, I'm pressing Control Alt and P, and you get to see it. How does it look? Does it look all right? And that looks kind of cool to me. And since it looks cool to me, I will then go ahead and download it. Now, while I'm in the download section, I just share with you how you can download this. So you can download this from the share button, and you have different ways in which you can download. So you can download, if I just go to see all here, see all, you can see, you can share brand template, presentation, public view link. So you can actually have a link that you send to people so they can actually view your design, comment on it. You can actually create QR codes. You can download this as a PowerPoint, Microsoft Drive. I mean, it's just so much. So normally I would download this here as either a PNG, JPEG, or PDF for print, SVG, media. And I mentioned before about GIF, and I can also do PowerPoint. And when I download that, it goes to my download folder. Now, so I hope that is simple. Let me say how you master Canva. You go to YouTube, you watch the videos, and then you come back and you practice and you practice and you practice. There's a saying that says, practice. The more you practice, the more better you get at it. I'm going to do one more thing before I look at any questions people may have. Now, I want to go back to the home page. I'm going to go back to the home page. And I just want to show you something that I think is so cool that they've added recently. And I didn't get a chance to go to their keynote speech, but I was able to watch the video for almost 2 hours. And one of the things that they recently added or improved on is the ability to do your own videos. So if I click on that, so what you can do, basically, you can look at videos that already exist, depending on what it is that you want to do. If I just type in church, and so you might see a template that you like, you know, welcome to the church and so on. But I'm going to do something from a blank screen. So I'm going to do it as a landscape, 1920 by 1080. And so I'm just going to create it just from a blank sheet. So I won't use a template like this because I want to do something different. Now, just to look at the beauty of this and to see how it works, they've got this, bar here that you can press up and down, which is the timeline here. So you can add audio to the timeline. You can add your images to the media to the timeline. You can also add text as well to the timeline. So I'm just going to give you an example. So I'm going to start with maybe an audio. Let me see if I've got anything personally in here that I like. Right, I could see these are audios that they have done. I thought I had my own audio in here that I would have brought in. Let me take this piano. I think that would be great. Now, you can see on the timeline that the video is there, but it's only giving me 5 seconds at the moment, okay, which is fine. So what I can do, depending on what it is that I want to do, I could say, for example, I'm going to get a video because I want to see what the videos they've got. So I could type in, I'm just going to type in church and look for a video. So I like that video. Now that video, I want you to notice now that video now is on my timeline at the bottom here. You can see that. And then because the audio is covering the length of the video, and it will go up to 1 minute because that's how long the actual audio is. But now I've got my video on the time sheet, so I could play that to see. I'm not so sure if you can hear the sound, but that's the video playing and the audio is playing in the background. Now, the beautiful thing about this now is that I can now add text. So I can click on the text section over here, and I could use whatever text it is I want. So let's say I'm going to use that text. So now I want you to notice what happened. Because my timeline was here, it comes at that particular point. So that's my text that I want to use. But what is it I want to use text? So I could type in, I'm going to call it church, and underneath, I'm going to put service. Now, so I could put that here, at that juncture. But I want you to notice now, when I go back on the timeline, that text will come in at the point in which it's on the timeline and so on. Now, what's beautiful about Canva as well, you can animate that text. So I can decide how that text flows in. So let me just go back here. So just to show you what I'm doing. So I'm clicking on the text. Okay, I'm clicking on the text, and I'm going to ungroup it actually. I'm going to click on that one, and I could animate that text, and I got a lot of different options that I can use. Let me see which one There's one that is the typewriter. I like the typewriter. The typewriter one, and I'll do this service as that one. I played from there. Now, beautiful thing about, I could leave the service there and I could drag, that up to here. And also, I can't drag the video because the video, that's the length of the video. So I can go and find, let's say, another video. Just give an example. And let's use that one. So I'm going to use another one. And I'm going to use another one. Okay. Now you can see now that my audio stops here, and I could also drag the video right back to the end. Plus I could also drag my text of the church, so the church text stays there. So if I go back to the beginning and play from the beginning, which is, I played from somewhere here. Right, now I'm not going to play it for the whole minute, but it's just to give you the idea that as I scroll it along, you can see the word church remains there. And this is a simple but very effective way to create your own video. I can now go up here and download this as an MP4. I could also determine the quality that I want. This is a 4K quality now. Or I can bring it back to whatever quality I want. I could do a 480p. I could do the 720. I could do the 1080. Or I can do 4K. That is incredible because I'm getting quality of the highest kind, if you like. Or I could just download it as a still photo. Or I can download it, one of my favorite, as a GIF. As a GIF, should I say. Just one more thing I would say. It could be that I want to add certain elements to my video. I may want to add, let's say, love. I could get some images. Maybe let's try that one. And we just put that down here. Or maybe we can put it here. Church loves you. And where it's going to come in, if you notice, as I scroll along, now it comes at that particular juncture. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. But as I say, it's a basic video editing tool, but you can do so much with it. You can add more text. You can add more text to it. Let's add that one here. And all you have to do basically is just put the text that you want. And again, it comes at the point at which I put and you can actually, go above and place it wherever you want. I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, this is a game changer. Fantastic. And this alone, I think, is a part of what, in a church, for example, you can create your own notices and put it in a video format, output it so no one doesn't have to go up and stand up. They can just play the video. We're thinking about doing it. It's just that I haven't made my mind up yet. I like the human touch, actually, rather than just playing the video and so on. But we can do that because we have the opportunity to do so. Right. Let me go back to see if there are any questions or any comments before I move on to another stage. If there are any questions or any comments that anyone would like to ask me. Right, let me look at the chat room. Right, so Good evening, Pastor Errol. Blessings to you. Maureen Clinton, thank you. I can't remember. Is this item or program free? I was late coming. Yes, it is free. It is free, definitely, but there is a paid version because there are some parts of Canva that you can't use on a free account. And the good thing about it, actually, if you've got an account, they allow you up to around 5 people to actually work together. So it's really useful in that sense. So it is free and you can use the free version, but there's a lot of what we call premium features that you won't be able to use. Someone said it's like Adobe Meet PowerPoint. I think. Sorry if you said that already. It's like Adobe Meet PowerPoint. Now, Adobe is absolutely fantastic. There's absolutely, I mean, I have an Adobe subscription, but where Canva is loved by many is on the basis of how easy it is to use. If you remember, I mentioned that first point is that Canva is very easy to use. Okay, a wide range of templates, different features, design, and so on. It's just that superior in that sense. Whereas with Adobe, Photoshop, those are more technical, and a lot of people shy away from it because it's just the learning curve is phenomenal with Photoshop. But Photoshop is really amazing. Now, I want to show you something which Canva did, and they shocked me actually. I must admit, they really did shock me. And what Canva did is that they bought out a company called Affinity and took over Affinity so that anyone who is a paid user of Canva can use Affinity. So you can see I'm loading it up right now at the moment. You can see it's opening and it says Affinity by Canva. So Canva bought it out. Now, this is what I want to show you what Canva is so smart is that Affinity is similar to the Adobe Photoshop, the Adobe InDesign, and the Adobe Illustrator. So it's 3 powerful software into one. And a lot of people who use Canva don't know that Affinity is free for them to use. So if they want to go a little further into using Canva and a bit more technical, they have provided Affinity to every account user free. So it says up here, welcome Errol, and and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna just click over here where it says new. So I may want to work in a new design. So I can decide my size, what I want to do, A3, A4, A5, etc., etc. And there is more of a learning curve with this than with the Canva itself. This is a learning curve, but it's free and you can learn it. So you can have your presets over here, but I've got mine set to 1920 by 1080. I'm using 300 DPI, which is very high, as if it was for printing. If it was for just to use on the internet, I'll just change it to 72 DPI. And you can set, what you intend to use in here. So I'm happy with that. And I just create that document. So it gives me that opportunity to create my document. Now, it's interesting because right up here, you've got I was playing around with this actually the other day, and inside of their AI, I just typed in, and you can see I typed in lady in red with a man in a wheelchair. Both are black. So I'm going to put here black Black queen with lions like that. I don't know why I just do that, but I don't. I'm not so sure about because I, I haven't checked out how much credits you have to do this, but I just did it because I mean I normally do my AI images somewhere else, but when I saw this feature within it, I just thought let me play around with it, and I just typed in lady in red with a man in a wheelchair, and I thought the picture was so good. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, Black Queen with lions. That's all I typed in, and it what it did, it changed my prompt, and it gives you up here in the top right what it's changed it to. I mean, that is stunning. I think. I mean, that is amazing. I think so. I mean, that is amazing. Anyway, so as I was mentioning, you got the AI up here, and then you can use vector as well. I'm not a great fan of vector. I normally work in Pixel. So remember what I said. It's a tool that you can use three in one. So you can use it like you use Photoshop. You can use it like you use InDesign is more like desktop publishing. If you was to write a book and things like that, you want to do a particular brochure in a particular way, and you need precision. They're giving you this for that. And you got Illustrator, similar to Adobe Illustrator. I mean, this is fantastic. I don't use this actually because I use Photoshop, but this is amazing. I mean, look at the quality of the picture that it's given me there. It is that is stunning stuff. I mean, I must admit. So I'm not going to go into how this works because I don't really fully know it. I use Photoshop. But the point I'm making here is this. You've got Canva, it's easy to use, and it will get the job done. But if you want a bit more precision, you want a bit more accuracy in certain things, like I do sometimes, then they've given you Affinity free as part of the Canva ecosystem. And I think that is fantastic. The software with 3-in-1, and you can use it online and you download it and just use it. And if you don't have Photoshop, this is a good tool to have and to learn it. As I said, I don't have the time to teach you because I myself don't fully know it. But I just thought I would show you that you can have this for free. Now, let me I think, as I mentioned before, because I can't do everything in 1 hour because it's taken me the better part of a year to master Canva. And the way that I mastered it is via watching the videos on YouTube and practicing. Just practicing. Now, going back to say again the homepage, and just to again, for those of you that may have come a little late, is that Canva is an amazing software. Over 220 million people are using it. The company is worth over 40 billion in 13 years. Okay. Started in January 2013 by 2 men and a woman, and they're still actively involved in the business today. And the company is just making headways. All companies of all sizes are using it. So when you come to this page, you can look at your own designs and you can straight away go into what it is that you want to do. If you're looking for a template, you can find a template of any kind that you like. As I mentioned before, all of it is here. If you want to do an Instagram video, even if you want to do a TikTok, you just know what the measurement is and you can actually do that. All you have to do is search for your template. I don't know what to search for, but I'm going to just type in church. You spell church, CHUR. And templates about church will come up. You can choose to do a presentation, or you might just want to do one flyer. I mean, this is what I do. I come in here and I look for one, and I think if I like that one, I will use that one and just add my photo into it. I mean, it's as simple as that. And you can search for whatever it is you want. It could be business lunch. I don't know. I'm just typing in something. Lunch break. We'll be back soon. That's a good one. Lunch party menu. I mean, you can do so much with it. I mean, it's up to really your creativity, and you can change anything on the design. You can change the colors, you can change the text, you can change the pictures, you can actually manipulate it in such a way that you're able to then to download it as a video. It is that particular effective. As I mentioned before, you can download it into them. Now, there's a feature which is really interesting, I think, that many of you might be interested in, and it's like if you're into social media. For example, let me do an Instagram post. Okay, click on that, and look, you got it. Maybe it's a church service, maybe it's a praise and worship Sunday service, maybe it's a night of worship. I mean, it depends. I think it knows me, so it's presenting me with all the churchy kind of stuff, but it could be whatever you want it to be. Let's try that youth explosion. Maybe you've got something going on, in your church, maybe it's among the youth, and voila, you can actually come in and design it. You can actually then send it out. And the good thing as well is that you can schedule this to go when you want it to go. I think this is amazing. You just change the church name at the top here. Youth explosion. You don't like the picture, take the picture out. Let me see if my picture is still around. Yeah, my picture is still around. Let me flip it. Is it vertical? No, it's horizontal. So I'm going to flick it, and I'm going to just cut out the bottom bit. Take this guy out of here and put myself there, and I may have to just go back a bit. So go send backward. Let's try again. Send backward. Right, it's working. Go back again. Send backward. Okay. There's an easier way, but I'm just showing you what you can do. You can actually look at the layer here. So it gives you all the layers here. So I think if I go down to here, let me go down a bit further. Let me go down to, no, I want to go much further. Let's try here. Yeah, I like those things. I like that. I mean, that is amazing. So I just need to Pastor Errol. That's my name. I think this is amazing. I should keep this one, actually. I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? So let's have a quick look at that, how that looks. Brothers and sisters, that was seconds, right? I could change anything I want on this, and nothing that could change the church. Colgate Wembley Church Ministry present Youth Explosion Saturday, the whatever, and put all my details in, and it's done. Send that to your Instagram page. I mean, that is amazing. Practice. Watch the videos and practice. Let me just have a look here at let's have a look here at video. Now, you can do Canva for beginners. Okay, Normally, I want to hear your voice at the moment, my good friend. Right. Canva for Beginners 2025. And I have probably watched all of them already, I think. I tell you, one of the ladies which I watch a lot is her. This lady here. I think she's definitely, and this one is 47 minutes, I think. No, this is 2 hours, 2 hours, and that will show you. I watched it out to 1 hour and 4 minutes. This lady here, she's just absolutely amazing. Um, so yeah, no, she's just showing you. I don't know if you can hear it actually. Let me just check. I'm muted. Oh my God. Sorry about that, everyone. I turned my mic off to, I don't even think you can hear me now. Let me just go back. Let me just go back and just check what's happened. My apologies. My apologies. I think you can hear me now. What I did was I turned the mic off to listen to see, and I didn't turn it back on. So my apologies. Now, what I was just talking about is, you probably worked out that I was talking about the fact that you can go to YouTube, type in Canva for beginners, and Canva for beginners, and then you go from there. Okay, watch those videos. And what I was also saying was that the different ways that you can actually use something like Canva to make money if you're into doing that. So you can design flyers for people. You can charge 25, 30, 40, 50 pounds, depending on the complexity of it. So I came to ChatGPT. I called ChatGPT my assistant. That's what I call it. And I just wanted to ask ChatGPT a question. Tell me, list all the different ways that someone can use Canva and make money from it. How could someone use Canva, who's skilled at using Canva, list all the different ways they can make money? So I'm asking my assistant to tell me all the different ways in which someone can make money using Canva, as an example. Now, that may be something that you might be interested in, you may not be interested in. You can do a design service for clients. You can do digital products for sale. You can actually design Canva templates for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube and sell those. Print on demand, t-shirt, hobbies, and mugs, which is one of the things that one of my granddaughter does. Online marketplace, sell templates create them in Canva, and then sell them on this platform called EETSY Creative Marketplace. You can do content creation and monetize, create Canva tutorials on YouTube, and also put those in different places where you get paid residually. Corporate and church consulting, train staff and teams how to use Canva. This is something that a lot of people are doing at the moment. Freelance and agencies offer Canva design services on Fiverr. Many of you may not have heard of that. Affiliate, promote Canva through affiliate program. So Canva has an affiliate program. The more people you introduce to them, then they will pay you for that. Publishing and design your own book covers, ebooks and interiors. You can do that in Canva. I mean, it's just, it goes on. And this is not all that you can do. There's many other things that you can also do within Canva. Okay. I just thought I would share that with you. There are many other things you can do. There are people, for example, who design journals within Canva and then upload it to Amazon and get paid. So there are different things that you can do. It's one of those things, the different things that you can do. Right. Let me I don't know if there's any you still can't hear me? Did someone say you can't hear me? I thought that you can hear me. Let me just go back and see. Right, my sound is definitely on now. Could someone let me know if you can hear me? Let me do a test on my other mic. If someone could let me know if you can. Yeah, I heard myself, so I know the sound is on. Thank you so much, Fran. Bless up. All right. Now, I don't know if there's any specific question that anyone has, because that would be wonderful. Thank you very much, Sister Lucas Nape. My goodness, long time I haven't spoken to you. How you doing? Hope all is well. Now, let me just quickly run over some things that I've said. Some of you may have missed it, and so on. And I think that it's kind of useful that I share some of this quickly with you. Canva was founded in 13 years ago, and it's a 40 billion, over 40 billion in worth. Okay, every country in the planet is using it. That's just the reality of what's going on, right? Their mission is very simple: to empower everyone to design anything and publish anywhere. And that is really what's happening. You've got a lot of use cases. You can design social media graphics, presentations, posters, invitation card, design logos, all of these things. Okay. And you can see on the other side, marketing materials, menus, mood boards and collages, custom illustrations, YouTube thumbnails. I mean, the list just goes on. And one of the great thing about Canva, you can do a design, and you can then add me to that particular design. I will then log into my account. I will see your design in my account, and we can work on it together. I mean, that is a game changer to me. Could you imagine 5 of you working on the same document, or 3 of you, and you just add in your bits and pieces where you can? I mean, that to me is a game changer. And why a lot of people are using it, so easy to use. Remember what I said. If you want something a little more technical, they're giving you Affinity for free. 3-in-1 software, 3-in-1. I showed you a picture a moment ago that it just generated for me. I thought that was amazing. I was so impressed. So impressed with it, because they are amazing. So, and you can get a free account. I did talk about that before. You can get a free account. We've got one in Wembley where we've got a free account, and we can add up to 50 people from our church within it. And that's what we've done. We've just added people to the account so that we can work together if we want to, or just go ahead and design and use them. Really is amazing tool. Okay. Now, someone says, Daddy, daughter's YouTube, please God, send someone to help me and my family, please. What help is it? You said, family, please hear me out. I have done everything I can do, and no one will help us. All we need is like $12 to make it home, I pray. Okay. Let me just say this to you, because we try our best to help people as we can. So I'm going to give you my phone number and email address, and you can communicate with me through WhatsApp if you want. So my number is there, 07956872141. My email address is Errol@cogop.com. You can reach me on WhatsApp. You can call me, or you can text me or WhatsApp me, whichever the case might be. And we go from there. I hope that helps. If somebody wants to help you, you can put your PayPal details there, and if somebody's able to help you, then it's fine. But we thank you for joining us here today. We do appreciate you being here. Now, as I said, there's not much more I can do in an hour. I just wanted to just give you a little feel of how this software works and how you can use it, and so on. So I don't know if there's any questions specifically that anyone would like to know. Any specific question? I don't see no questions in the chat room. So let me just end then by saying this. I've been using Canva now for maybe around 3 years. Someone introduced it to me, and at first I didn't take to it. What made me change my mind was the background remover, one feature in Canva, has saved me days in Photoshop. I mean, days. Now it's interesting because Photoshop now has that feature in it. Actually, I want to just show you something which why I couldn't stop using Photoshop. I mean, I can't because it does things that no other software does. I mean, but it's very technical. The learning curve is huge. I've been using Photoshop now maybe around 30 plus years. So it's hard to give up on that. But I do most of my design work in Canva because it's just that much more easier to do. But remember now, as I said, Canva now gives you affinity so that you can now use that in your design. I mean, I think affinity is amazing, and and it's free because it comes with the paid version of Canva. Right. I just thought I would just show you something. I'm just going to go into my going into my Photoshop, and I just want to show you something which I think is amazing within Photoshop. So I just if it works, that is, if the document opens up, and then we let you go. Oh, thank you, Princess. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, and really appreciate that. Right, I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment. I just wanted to make sure I get everything the way I want it. Okay, right. I want to let me just get an image up first, and then I'll share that with you. Let me just get an image up first, and then I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm just gonna try. I may work with the same image I had before. So let me find that, and then I'll show you. Now, for those of you that use Photoshop, it's a tool that I think is amazing, actually. Which one should I use? Let me see. All right, I'm going to use this. I don't think it's going to work properly with the image I'm using. Nonetheless, I'll use that image nonetheless. Now, this is the image that I'm using, and this is in Photoshop. Now, sometimes what happens is that people send me a photo, and it might be that the person's head is cut off, or some part is cut off or another. Now, this is not going to work the way I want it to work, by the way. I'm almost certain of it, but I'll try anyway and see what it does. But this is an amazing feature. I'm not going to do it too much. I'm just going to, I know it's not going to work, but I will try it. What this does is that it tries to interpret your photograph and look at what was missing and try to fill what it interprets it to look like. And it gives you, when it generates, it gives you 3 images, and you can see it's using Adobe. It calls Adobe Firefly. Now look at what it just did. It did it perfectly at the top. So if I just turn it off for a moment, if I just turn this off, I want to draw a line so you can see exactly where it has interpreted it. And this is an amazing feature that I now find with artificial intelligence. Right. So I put a line where it's done. So you can see, try to create her face. I don't think it's done a good job. And on the same as over here. In actual fact, it's done a better job on the left-hand side than it's done on the right. If you look over on the left, it really interpreted it really well, and it did it very well at the top as well. So if you look at the top, it's interpreted very, very well. It's just that this side is not looking too good. But that's the reason why I didn't do it too much. But that is a technology that we now have at our fingertips today, where you can do different things. I just thought I would just share that with you. All right, let's leave it just there. I just wanted to make sure that all the questions are answered. Now, as I say, tonight, I could only show you a few things. And I wanted to show you how good it was and how you can take advantage of it and the different ways you can use it and how you could most certainly master it. Watch the videos, practice. Watch the videos, practice. And that's exactly how you get to become the expert. You can use it for your personal use. You can use it for your church, for your business, or whatever initiative that you're involved in. You can use it also to generate income. If you want to make money on the side, you can do so. If I wasn't working in the church, this is one of the services I would definitely provide. Most definitely. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. I don't see any questions, and therefore I will have to assume that maybe this is something that you're happy to use going forward. Well, I'm not here tomorrow. It's Thursday, but I'll be here back on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. And also we'll be streaming our service, obviously, on Sunday. We had a lot of issues on Sunday gone with the internet and so on. We're hoping that would have been rectified. So, Fran said, thank you, Pastor. I already used Canva. This was helpful. Good night. Thank you, Sharifa. Bless you, everyone. Thank you very much. And if there's any questions that you have for me, any way that you want to contact me, you got my details. You know where I am. If you forget my details, just type in Errol A. Don't forget the A. Errol A. Williams, and everything will come up. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very, very much. And thank you. Just want to play a song that I created recently, which I play all the time. So take care of yourself.
We don't lean on hearsay or tradition. We don't build our faith on imagination. Every word tested, every line rehearsed. We go back to the truth, chapter and verse. If it's real, let it stand in the light. If it's true, it will hold up right. Chapter and verse. Read it, believe it, put it to the test. Chapter and verse. Prove all things, keep only what's best. No, not by feelings, not by the crowd, not by the voices that are shouting loud. Line on line, precept first, every truth confirmed. Chapter and verse. If it's spoken in His name, let the word back up the claim. Hey. Chapter and verse. Read it, believe it, put it to the test. Chapter and verse. Prove all things, keep only what's best. Line it up with the word. Search the scriptures, test every spirit. Truth stands written. Chapter and verse. your faith. Don't guess, don't assume. Chapter and verse. If it's from God, the word proves true. Chapter and verse. Chapter and verse. Chapter and verse. We don't lean on hearsay or tradition. We don't build our faith on imagination. Every word tested, every line rehearsed. We go back to the truth, chapter and verse. If it's real, let it stand in the light. If it's true, it will hold upright. Chapter and verse. Read it, believe it, put it to the test. Chapter and verse. Prove all things, keep only what's best. Not by feelings, not by the crowd, not by the voices that are shouting loud. Line on line, precept verse, every truth confirmed. Chapter and verse, line it up with the word. Search the scriptures, test every spirit. Truth stands written. Chapter